Am I the asshole? For telling my sister's boyfriend nobody cares about his Tesla? I blew up on my sister's boyfriend after months of him constantly bragging about his Tesla. I met him a few months ago and it seemed like his entire personality was his Tesla. I would say stuff like I have to stop at the gas station and he would say what's that I haven't heard about it in years, or make stupid comments that would lead back to him owning a Tesla Model 3. I didn't mind it at first, but then it became to the point where he was always bringing it up every time in conversation to where everyone seemed annoyed by it. I'm pretty successful in my career, selling one of my businesses for around low 8 figures a year ago and started investing in low-risk investments. I have been living a modest life, own a small 3BD house, starting another business in pest control, and a 2023 Civic Sport that I paid for in cash. One thing I can't stand is someone bragging or being flashy about money. Today, my brother and I were talking about buying a car and he came in and insisted on buying a Tesla because it's the future of cars. He was bragging about the entire thing and trying to convince my brother that even with the high price it's worth it. It didn't bother me until he said, "Don't end up like your brother buying a Honda Civic, they're trash." I blew up at that point, telling him he didn't know what he's talking about. He's wanted to look rich and pretend to be rich because he has a Tesla, meanwhile he's living at his parents' house. I then proceeded to tell him that I had enough money to buy 10 of his Teslas in cash, and it's really not impressive but rather makes him seem like a moron trying to brag about owning a Tesla, and if you want to pretend to be rich you should back the talk instead of leasing a Tesla. This made him really upset and left my parents' house immediately. Both my sister and parents are mad at me because he was trying to be helpful and they thought I was being rude and bragging about my money. So Reddit, am I the asshole? For telling my sister's boyfriend nobody cares about his Tesla? Not the asshole. Not even having to acknowledge how he's acted previously and all the comments he's made. He literally insulted you and you fired back. Did everyone clap? Glad you've had success in your life. Tesla guy is being a tremendous prick. Calling him fake rich was a dick move though. No class at all. I understand he was pissing you off, but that's the kind of petty shit you should really seek to avoid. I would try to make amends and explain why the constant Tesla fanboying annoyed you so much. Also, my guy. You can't say stuff like hate when people brag about their money and then make the entire post a humble brag about how successful you are. You kind of are a giant hypocrite. Kinda ESH. While he's literally a smug Tesla elitist, your blow up made you sound like an elitist asshole. All you needed to say to him was it's rude to suck your own dick in front of company. Isn't the base Model 3 like $30,000 or something? And since when is Tesla regarded as a high-status car anyway? I hate when people are bragging about money but also I am rich and can buy 10 Teslas. You both are insufferable. Ignore Tesla guys, nobody cares about your financial situation. If you weren't insecure you wouldn't have listed your assets and just been secure enough to realize this is just a nerd who lives at his mom's who you shouldn't compare yourself to or need to make an "Am I the asshole?" post where you couldn't possibly be the asshole. You're the asshole but in general, not on this topic. At the age of 25 you sold a business for at least $10 million, huh? Either you're a liar or the business was given to you. There's an infinitely small chance you invented something, but then again, you wouldn't be on this sub if so. Easy to be smug when you got a cheat sheet to success, ain't it? Fake stupid bullshit, but hey, we get it. You don't like a Tesla. Hey art. ESH. I'm rich, look at me. No, I'm rich, I don't want to. Wish I had a 2023 Civic, frowning face. I mean the dude sounds like a dick. But you're kind of being a hypocrite. When you tell him you could buy his life 10 times over. If you really don't like people being flashy or flexing with their money. Just saying. 25 years old and you sold your business for 8 figures, cough bullshit guff cough. Not the asshole. This post reminds me of the South Park episode where they all drive Priuses and smell their own farts. He sounds like that type of person. You're the asshole. You spent this entire story just bragging about your own wealth. From the title I was expecting to be on your side, but you seem like a bigger asshole than the Tesla guy. I'm pretty successful in my career, selling one of my businesses for around low 8 figures a year ago and started investing in low-risk investment. Sounds like you're a bit full of yourself too, having to throw that in. That's funny. In Denmark only middle-class people buys Tesla. It's considered a discount car here on the same level as Hyundai, Renault, Fiat etc. It's not something to brag about because it's the most sold and popular car by far. I'm gonna say ESH since you slate the BF for being an annoying snob, which is correct, yet in the same post you also brag about how much money you earn, your house etc. You're no better, my guy. ESH, he insulted you and you insulted him back with childlike anger. No one cares that his car is expensive and no one cares about how much money you have. You both sound annoying. Not the asshole. He sounds like a tosser. When he brings up his Tesla next time, ask him what he thinks about the child labor in inhuman conditions being made to mine for cobalt for his batteries. Wish I had a 2023 Civic, frowning face. ESH, Teslas are not that fancy tbh. Depends what you put into them. ESH. Sisters BF really only because he insulted your car you for being insecure about everything else. What do Teslas start at? Around $45,000 for a Model 3? No one is pretending they're rich driving a Tesla unless it's one of the higher-end models anyway. They're about to rip off a national park in my hometown to mine resources for batteries of electrical cars. Who knows what happens to those batteries when they reach their expiring date? One Tesla owner in here is a priest, so instead of bragging, he's been telling his Tesla's faults, and they're so special things that I've never even heard of them being on a regular car. Electrical cars are a very old invention, and they disappeared then for some reason. So I don't know whether they are the future, but they definitely are the past. The guy is obviously insecure. The Tesla is the only thing he feels he has. He lives at home. Through the whole post you say how you are humble and hate it when people flex. You flexed hard, all over this post. No one needed to know about your income or how much you sold your company for. Even that you had a company. Have a little class and don't punch down. The Civic will still work just fine when the Tesla won't anymore. Smiley face. Yeah, he was a dick, but you did what you claim to despise, flashing money, so ESH. Slow clap. Notar based of his actions. Not the asshole. Sounds like he needed to finally hear it from somebody. So many Tesla owners make it part of their personality. ESH. He was being a pompous, self-important brat. You reacted immaturely. No one is looking good in this story. Not the asshole. Just tell him their shit. You wouldn't be wrong. Not the asshole. He wasn't trying to be helpful, he was showing off, trying to impress you and your brother with his car. When you've had to listen to a braggart for months, after a while, you don't care if you hurt their feelings because they never shut up. He's a little man trying to make himself look big. Karma. Not the asshole. He drives a Tesla and brags about it. Some people drive Teslas because they like electric cars. There's no reason to brag about it. Not the asshole, at all. But you probably should just said it's your personal belief that you didn't want your money to go towards dividends for a fascist and you won't discuss Tesla any further. Tell him how it is. I wouldn't tell people how much money I have stashed away or invested, but I couldn't help myself but to make the guy feel dumb. It's in my nature as well to tell people how it really is. But sometimes the details aren't important. Just take care of your brother and keep him away from the guy living at home buying fancy things. If you didn't have bills to pay, of course you can afford nicer things. Nah, you're not the asshole.